For yourself, oh boy. No look like for here.
Why are Nigerians abroad always discouraging Nigerians back home from traveling? Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mr. Somebody Ninja. If this is your first time of joining me, thank you very much for joining. And if you are a regular viewer, thank you so much for sticking by. Alright, so often at times, we have been experiencing these, those abroad are always discouraging Nigerians back home from traveling, from coming abroad. You will see those in UK will just say, this UK life safe is really this, is really that. Those in Canada will say their own. They will say the code is too much. I am just working now. You see, it's 4 a.m. It's very cold. I'm going to work.
I'm in Nigeria. I live in Europe. I complain about weather, but I don't want to go home. I'm in Nigeria. I live in Europe. I complain about too much bills, but I don't want to go home. I live in Europe. I complain about food, but I don't want to go home. I'm in Nigeria. I live in Europe. I complain about loneliness, but I don't want to go home.
We see it on social medias, and all videos have been talking about, how to travel, how to do this, how to do that. But today, we want to focus on why. What are the reasons? Can we really make those back home understand? And can those back home really understand those abroad, why they say that? And I want to tell you the reason why some of these people say what they say. If it is something that is intentional, I will let you know. If it is unintentional, I will also let you know. If it is just because you don't want your progress, I will also let you know. This is it, guys. So it's not very easy, yes. It's not very easy to really move all the way from Nigeria to abroad. It is a very difficult, first of all, mental decision you have to take. Psychological decisions. You have to consider your families, you have to consider your friends, the money, your association, your job, especially if you have a good job in Nigeria, But we all know that the reasons why people are already traveling is not because they don't have a good job, it's not because they don't have they are not living well in Nigeria, but because of some necessary amenities and even insecurities that are in Nigeria that are making people leave. I spoke more about that in my other video. You can click down below to see it. The major issue here is that some people have not really adapted to the life abroad. They have not really adapted to that kind of life abroad. They have not found their footing. They have not really acclimatized themselves with the way people are living and the way things are being done abroad. So that kind of person will always be so quick to always want to criticize the system in abroad, So for example, somebody that have not found their footing, somebody that is not really earning well, somebody that is not really doing well, somebody that have not really adapted, like I've said before, somebody that have not really gotten into the system very well. The person doesn't have much information. So from that information they have, they will be sharing it for you. And sometimes they don't really, have that connection, because another thing about abroad is connection. Connection is very important as well. And maybe they don't know how to speak the language, especially if you are in some European country too, in Germany, in Spain. If you don't know how to speak the language, it will be a problem. I also spoke about language issue in Europe. You can check my other videos. Yes, so if they don't know how to speak the language, you'll not be able to have some good friends that are in the community, that are the citizens, that will not be able to give you like links and give you connections about jobs. So when you are not really connected to this kind of people, you will not be able to enjoy the system. Then you just come out and say life is difficult, life is difficult, life is difficult. So they are saying things from their own perspective. You don't have to blame them for those that have been unintentional in saying all these things, because some of them doesn't have any ulterior motive. Some of them are actually saying their truth, but just that their truth is not the general truth. You understand? So because of this lack of information, they don't have enough information. So because of that, they might not really give you enough information For example, let's talk about somebody going to work at 4 a.m. in the snow. There is nothing wrong about that. But because then they said they have not acclimatized to that situation, they don't like it. They feel, oh, this is so cold. If I'm in my country, I won't go through this. So because of that, they just turn up their camera and start saying, before you see it, it's already on the blogs in Nigeria. So sometimes it's not that they are trying to discourage. Sometimes they see it that they are doing a lot. Sometimes they see that, oh my God, like this thing I'm doing, nobody can do it. Sometimes that's why they get it wrong. Because if you can go through the snow 4 a.m. to work, what makes you think other Nigerians cannot do it? But because sometimes it's so difficult for them, like it's really difficult for them. Talking about especially those in Canada and some very cold European countries, that you might have minus 30 degrees, minus 15, even minus 5 alone is very cold. It's colder than some freezers in Nigeria. Are you getting it? So because the person feel, oh my God, like I am doing this is so difficult. This thing I'm doing, I don't think anybody can do it. Because it's so difficult for them. So they are letting you know that, oh, it's difficult, it's not easy. You know, but most Nigerians also do it. Even though we don't have snow. But 4 a.m., some even get up 3 a.m. to go to work. You understand? So it is the same everywhere, but different kind of weather condition, different environments. Some of them also ain't so low. For example, now someone that is earning 2,000 euros, because now I'm using Europe as a case study. Even though you are earning 2,000 or 3,000 Canadian dollars, this is a normal job that a average person will get. This is not like an executive job. This is a normal job, like maybe you are selling something in the grocery shop, or something in the supermarket. You can earn up to like 2,000 depending on the hours you are working. And also, let's say you are working in the factory, or you are working in, because it's not so easy to get a very high class job except you are a professional person. So even though you are a professional person, but first of all, anyway, let me explain about the normal average person that will get a supermarket job. It is not bad, you know, because they are not really considering you as a Nigerian coming in before they make their laws and before they make their minimum wage. They are considered their own citizen. That particular amount is okay for their citizen. At least it's okay for them to like rent a house. It's okay for them to like buy a car on mortgage, or even buy a house on mortgage. It's just okay for them to like, so within 50, 40, 30 years of their work, they'll be able to achieve a lot. You understand? So that is it. But for a Nigerian coming in, you are now paid 2,000 euros now, for example, as you are working for a grocery shop or a supermarket. Now this is where it gets dicey. You will pay tax. After paying tax, almost all the money goes into your rent, feeding, and everything. At the end of the day, you don't even have anything to pay or to send back home. And this is your plan when you were living. This is your mentality that I'll be able to really do something back home. So many people sell their lands and their houses just to come. So now they want to send back home. They want to assist people back home. But they now get here, they discover that it's not as rosy as they thought. So that is why you see that so many people will say 5 years without coming home. Not that you don't have papers, because when you are working, you have papers. But the problem is that after the whole month, they don't really have anything to save. So flight is like 1,000 euros. So they don't even have anything to save to pay that flight. When you still come back home, you need to give at least some gifts, buy some things, dash some money, give some money to some people that have not really traveled and they don't know how life is over there. So they expect you to really come back home and really spend. So you don't have that money. It's better you just stay back where you are and no need of traveling. You know, so you might do that for like 5 years, 4 years. You know, so that is why, these are the reasons why they keep saying life abroad is difficult for them. And that is why they be like, okay, don't come, because yes, you don't have to rely on people's information. So that is why I always tell you people, if you want to travel, research very well, know the place you are coming to before entering that kind of journey. You know, So if you still want me to do more video about this particular topic, or want me to do more video that is in relative to this topic, let me know in the comment section. And also let me say something. When making your research, also consider a lot of factors too, and also consider what you want as well. If you really want to travel, don't let someone judgment about Canada, about Europe, about America discourage. If you want to travel, travel, because you have made your research. You've known that, okay, yes, this is the kind of salary I might be receiving, and after paying rent, after paying tax and everything, this is how much that will remain. So when you have come in terms with that, and you have understand the system and how it works, then when you come, there will be no expectation. Because it's expectation that make those people make those videos. That would be like, we are suffering. No, Europe is not easy. America is not easy. Canada is not easy. These are the reasons. These are the reasons. So that is why I'm just telling you guys, make your research. Make your research. And if you want me to make more video about traveling, about where you have to travel, about any information at all, just let me know. I'll make the video, because it's not just it's not enough for you to just DM me or send me a message, a private message, or comment and ask me to explain. It's not enough, or email me. It's not enough. It's also good when you are getting the information, let other people get the information. So it's good for me to be able to share it, make a video so that the whole community, Mr. Somebody Naija community, will really enjoy it. I getting it. So that is what we are trying to say. So another one, the last one I want to try to explain to you guys is, for example, we have mentioned the average workers. What about the nurses, the doctors, the pharmacists, and all that? Yes, fine, they might pay you also. If you are starting, maybe 3,000, like in Europe, maybe like 3,000 euros, depending on the country, and all that. And if you are living alone and you are just by yourself, it's not still 100% enough. It will never be enough. That's just the truth, depending on your kind of lifestyle. But if you are living an austere kind of life, it might be enough. You just rent a very small apartment, but still, depending on the cities, I have made a video like that also. Check below. So it won't still be enough. After renting your house, paying your groceries and tax, to not still be enough. At the end of the day, you must have to innovate, be innovative, and try to live austere life before you will have to enjoy Europe as well. Also remember, everybody wants to come back home if the country is good. So if the country is not good for you and you're not comfortable, please jackpot, like move. I cannot stop anybody from moving, because that is a freedom that every human being have. So try all your best to make sure you live if your environment, your country is not really conducive for you. Thank you for watching. Also, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.